and fully multi-generational Philadelphia sports podcast show. We are recapping game one of the Eastern Conference semifinals between Sixers and Knicks. I'm Colby Marshall here with my dad, Troy, my uncle Chuck Butler, my cousin Noah. Could not have gone any worse, as I said on my little mini recap of the game last night, but we're going to get into the game a little bit more. Guys, going into game two, hopefully it's a different story. Has to be a different story if the Sixers don't want to get swept. Noah, I'm going to kick it to you first. I know you watched the first half. Not much else after.
You do a podcast.
Says the man who went to bed in the third quarter.
I went right after him. Yeah.
Probably stopped watching with like 5 or 6 minutes left in the fourth.
Yeah.
I got on with like 2 minutes left in the game. Got on the pod.
Before Noah gives his overall impressions. Kobe, I thought you did a good job on the recap show. If anyone hasn't watched it, take a look at it. It's on YouTube. But yeah, really good thoughts. I agree with most of them. I have a couple questions for you, but I thought it was pretty good.
Thank you.
You can ask the question.
But outside of that, I'm proud of the result.
Yeah. So my question, like, I think you led off with them. I forgot how you put it, but them basically having a hangover from the Boston series as one of the factors on why they played so bad. We didn't really talk about that in the last pod. I thought it might be a factor. I didn't think it'd be that bad, but I did agree with you. I thought that, even like the fans, we had like one day to celebrate that historic, series. Historic for us overall doesn't mean much, but for Sixers fans, it means a lot. But yeah, I thought they look sluggish. They look lethargic. I don't know. This not ready to play. And I thought you brought that out in the reaction show. We didn't, like I said, we didn't really talk about it at the last pod, but it is a factor. It was a factor. From what I heard, Landon and Philly after the Boston game, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, obviously got to New York for a shoot around game day, and it is what it is. And New York was there waiting for him for a couple of days. I mentioned this.
You know what? I was thinking about this after the game. Like, I was wondering what their travel schedule was like. Like, I was thinking, I hope they just went from Boston straight to New York, like, and just stayed there. I didn't know they went back to Philly.
Yeah, they went to Philly.
And then came back to New York. That's kind of silly to me. I would have just, you're on a road trip. You're staying on the road.
Yeah, they got families. I get it. I mean, it's not that.
Like a road trip. It's like a regular West Coast road trip. Listen, we're going to Boston. After Boston, we're going to New York. Like that's going into game 7. We're going to New York, packed for a few days. But yeah, I don't want to give them any real excuse. I just think they came out. They didn't match the intensity that the Knicks had.
Yeah.
That was apparent from the jump. My biggest concern, and this is a question for you guys, does it concern you that the Sixers have lost by 30 plus points 3 times in the last 2 weeks? And that's during the playoffs, no less.
Overall, no.
That doesn't concern you that in playoffs, they lost by 30 plus points 3 times in 2 weeks.
Well, maybe overall it does, as I'm thinking about it. I think last night, and this is me kind of thinking outside the box, I thought last night was actually somewhat of an advantage in a way because they were able to sit their starter in the third quarter. So they got they'll have like a day and a half rest going into game 2.
I wouldn't call it an advantage because the Knicks starters did the same thing, but
yeah,
it is looking on a glass half full type of thought process.
Yeah. So are you?
At least all the players got a chance to rest.
I know you. What do you attribute that to? It's not just the playoffs, the 30-point losses. Not just the playoffs. In the regular season, they had some 30, 40-point losses.
I think they didn't come in prepared for the Boston series. And in game 3, it was the same thing. It was like they weren't prepared for the adjustment that Boston made. And listen, I think Nick Nurse did a decent job against Boston, but it's becoming apparent to me that he's not a very good in-game adjustment coach. He can make an adjustment after the game, after he takes a look at the film and everything, and he comes back and he has a different game plan. But in game, I don't know if he has a plan B. If he does have a plan B, who definitely does not have a plan C. That's just my thought process. I could be dead wrong, but based on how I'm watching this team, that's what I'm noticing.
Oh, so
That's
you're
a
not just taking last night's game. You're talking about just in general.
Just in general. Just
Okay.
in general. Yeah.
Because I
yeah,
don't
because
think last night's game was a
they
test
are
of his
getting
coaching.
they are getting blown out by the Celtics and by the Knicks, and they're not making runs or making comebacks. He's not making adjustments to help them get back in the game. I feel like when they do start getting blown out, they just kind of roll over and die to an extent. And to answer your question, Dad, how concerning is it? I think regarding their chances at making a deep playoff run, it's concerning this year. Is it all that surprising that they've gotten blown out by 30 points in 3 games? Not really, considering how they looked in those games and how poorly they played defensively and how poorly they were rebounding in those games and how they've looked throughout the season.
Yeah, but I guess that's my point. Like that's the concerning part. Um, it's just that they just seem ill prepared to play a basketball game, and you can't have that in the playoffs. You just can't give up games in the playoffs, right? Like, and fine, we lost the first game against Boston by 30 points. I hear people saying, "Well, we did the same thing against Boston, that we did last night." The Knicks are a different team. They're a different team than Boston, right? Knicks just would damn near beat a team by 60 points, and they're on fire. Like you can't just give up games like that. Like I know I get it that you're tired. Everybody's tired this time of the year. But you just can't say we just don't have it tonight. At
So
least in my opinion. In my opinion. I'm happy that it's a 7-game series and you have a chance to redeem yourself, but you can't give up too many more games like this in the playoff. You really can't.
so so what was your expectations for them
Last night.
last night? I mean, did you expect them?
I didn't
Were you,
sure. I wasn't sure. But I guess if you put a gun to my head, probably not. I'd probably
yeah,
say, yeah, the Knicks probably win.
yeah, that's a good
And
way to
and
put it.
listen, to Maxi's credit, and I guess to Nick Nurse's credit, Maxi, he reiterated what Nick Nurse was saying was that whether we lose by 7 or 70, it's just one loss. We still lost. Move on. And they did a good job of it against Boston, but again, this is a different squad.
Yeah, we'll see tomorrow. I mean, uh, it does seem like again. I was home today. I work from home. Have I WIP in the background? Fans are crazy people. There is they got blown out by Boston, and then they won game two. There seems to be some expectation that the Sixers, it's going to be the same thing, and I guess it could be. But last night, the Knicks looked like the better team.
Yes.
I mean, that goes without saying, but they looked
Better coached.
faster, more athletic. I'm
Better
not going to say
coached.
coach. I'm not going to say coached.
Okay,
I'm not going to
okay.
do that.
Well, they looked like they had a game plan on both ends of the floor to exploit the other team.
It seemed like the Sixers did not have a game plan more than they had a game plan to me.
Okay, that's fair.
So I thought
But
were you
they seemed deeper. They just seemed like a better team, and I think for Sixers fans to think, hey, well, they just the Knicks would have blew out Boston, and Boston would have played yesterday.
Exactly. Knicks would have blew out any team in the league last night.
Correct.
In
So
their last 2 games. They would have blew out anyone.
I can see in my head, I'm seeing the
okay?
Sixers may lose tomorrow. It might be a close one. It may be closer, but the fans are expecting what they saw in Boston, and then they're going to get down, and they're not going to like go to they're going to be maybe priced out a little bit for their games in Philly, but they're not going to like head to the arena, and it's going to be filled with a bunch of Knicks fans, and this is going to snowball into something um, negative for the Sixers, and I'm worried about that. I think the expectations are just not realistic. These aren't the Celtics. It seems like they're a really good team. I was pretty impressed yesterday.
Completely.
Do you think that, Chuck, them winning by 40 points was more of what they were doing or more of what we were allowing them to do? Because we watched game one against the Celtics and we picked apart all the things the Sixers did wrong. No defense, no rebounding, lack of energy. Boston looked like a better team in that game one in that series too. Is there a lot that the Sixers can do, you think, to replicate a game two in Boston that they just had? Or do you think the Knicks are just, doesn't matter, they're going to
Yeah,
stop anyway?
I think the Knicks are just such a better team. Sixers lost that game one in Boston without Embiid. They won game two without Embiid. That seems so long ago. This Knicks team, I have to give them credit, and it's not easy. I don't hate the Knicks. I actually like the '90s, those '90 Knicks teams,
How? How could that be possible?
because the Sixers were really bad, and
So you adopted the Knicks
I just
of all
I
teams?
plus I was living in North Jersey, so you got
The
to give me.
Sixers were really bad. Guess who? But Charles Barkley was an MVP and with
He
a
was.
great Phoenix Suns team. Yeah,
He
and you
was.
adopted the Knicks?
I didn't adopt the Knicks. I just I like those teams. I was always a Patrick Ewing fan. I like Charles Oakley.
Mike
I
Chuck.
got an autograph from Charles Smith when he went to college with my sister.
My God, Chuck. Yeah,
Bridgeport's own Charles Smith.
Charles Oakley.
Yeah, I like Charles Oakley.
Even after that caller called on Mike and the Mad Dog and said Charles Oakley was just as good or even better than Charles Barkley,
I don't remember that.
because he called Chuck. I was in your car. I was visiting you at Seton Hall. We driving around listening to it. And I was like, what the hell are you listening to? He said Charles Oakley was
Heard-
just as good or better than
I
Barkley
remember.
because he grabs just as many rebounds as Barkley. And the only reason why he doesn't score as many points is because Patrick Ewing is the number one option and Charles Oakley isn't.
You wanted to
Have
jump
you
out.
ever seen Oakley
I-
make a?
I wanted to beat Chuck in the head for making me listen to it. And then I wanted to blow his car up.
Have you ever seen Oakley make a point blank layup?
No, never.
Never.
He's
I've never
missed
seen it.
942 point blank layups in his
Yeah.
career. I counted.
It's crazy. I've never seen a guy miss them layups. But I like that team. But so I don't like this team. I don't dislike them if they weren't playing the Sixers. They got some all their whole starting lineup are Eagles fans. Like,
Listen,
you can't dislike them.
they're a deeper team than the Sixers.
They are.
And right now it seems that those guys understand their roles, which is very important to me because I don't think everyone on the Sixers understands their role. I don't know. I really don't know if Grimes understands what his
They're only
role
playing
is.
7 guys, Troy. I think everyone knows their role. They're just
And I
playing
think that's
7
a
guys.
problem. I think that's a big problem.
And I'm agreeing with you with that. I think in regular season, we talked about this. They need to play more than 7 guys. They just need to.
I want to know how you guys were feeling in the first few minutes of that first quarter because the Sixers were in the game. It was tied 16-16.
They were rebounding well. Yep.
I was watching the game and I was thinking to myself, I'm not that scared of the Knicks. Like with Boston, you had Tatum and Brown where they could really get to wherever spot they wanted to on the court and there's really nothing you could do. The Knicks have one guy like that. That's Jalen Brunson.
You don't get to see OG and
Not offensively.
Yeah,
No.
but
Not all.
I see what you're saying, but Cat and OG bring a different type of worry to the Sixers because we really don't have anyone that I guess Paul George and OG are kind of similar, but I would give OG the edge on that one. Cat, listen, Embiid's a better player than Cat, but with everything that's going on with Embiid, he's not playing better than Cat.
No, it's
right?
a terrible matchup for Embiid.
No, I'm not.
It's a bad matchup for him, right? So I understand what you're saying that Brunson's the only guy that can get to anywhere, any spot that he wants to on the floor, but that causes everything else to open up. And they have more dangerous players on the perimeter, in my opinion, than the Boston Celtics do.
Correct.
Really?
So
And we didn't even talk about Mikal Bridges.
yeah,
He's not on that level of Tatum and Brown, but he's a capable 3-point shooter. He's this active, and on the defensive end, he's disruptive. They got a squad, and if we're going starting lineup versus starting lineup, I think the Sixers match out with them. But like Troy said, and I'm eating a little humble pie here, they are deeper in the Sixers. I think the Sixers have talent on that bench, but they don't seem to be playing with it.
Doesn't use it. I think Barlow needs to play more. And I've been saying this all year, and I know I get on Kelly Oubre, but I like him better coming off the bench because Kelly likes to score. He likes to look at the basket. When he's in the starting lineup, he's not really going to get that many looks unless Embiid is getting them on those back cuts, right? Unless Maxey gets into the lane and gives him an open three.
I think for this series, that's not a bad idea, but I feel like they're not going to guard him on defense, and it gives everyone else.
They're not going to guard who? Barlow?
I like that idea of maybe Kelly coming off the bench as a spark and playing with. They don't really even have a second unit per
And
se,
listen,
but
if you throw Barlow out there, and let's say they throw Brunson on Barlow just because whatever, Brunson's not a good defender, then I'm running Maxey and Barlow pick and rolls all day long.
yeah, they didn't try that much yesterday. Did you notice that?
Yeah, they didn't hunt Brunson at all until the second half. But then the game was over. Like, who cares? But
I
I think. Go ahead, Colby. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, go.
I understand the idea of feeding Embiid early. I didn't really like it, but I understood the idea. He did get Cat in foul trouble. He did get some quick fouls on Mitchell Robinson when he came in. But in addition to that, I would love to see them just put Brunson on the island, put him in pick and rolls, get some mismatches in the post on him, and just go to work on that. You need to get his little ass out the game.
Troy, I totally agree. Everyone's been
Hmm.
saying that since the Sixers beat the Celtics. Everyone's like, okay, let's get, because that's what Atlanta did with CJ McCollum. They were like, he was eating them up. And the Sixers need to do the same thing, but they didn't do it. It's so strange. Maxey was so passive yesterday. And
Very
again,
passive.
they didn't. I'm not blaming him not getting that. Well, maybe I am, because he could have called
No,
for it.
no, when I say the Sixers look lethargic and didn't match the intensity, I'm talking mostly about Embiid and Maxey. I thought Paul George was up for the challenge
Yeah,
early.
I thought he.
I just didn't see the same effort from Embiid, and I'm not gonna say effort, just intensity from
Yeah,
Embiid and Maxey.
this I want to hear Noah's thoughts, because before the game he was getting on me because he said, "Do you think the Sixers are gonna win the series?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then he started getting on me all the reasons why he thought the Sixers would win. So I don't want to hear that. But just getting back to the bench real quick, like the Sixers have some talent on that bench. I mean, it's not super great, but Wofford's a player.
We
I don't
don't
know what.
have we don't have guys on the bench that like mesh well with like our star players. Like we don't have any.
Excuse me.
Name one role player we have that's like a knockdown shooter that you trust taking a shot.
Well, Grimes when he's right, but I
That
think
isn't. You can't say when he's right. That's not a thing.
No, he's not a knockdown shooter. He's not. We don't have one.
we don't have one.
We had one. We had one, but they subtracted him
Like I
from
think the
the
Sixers,
team.
like yesterday, the Sixers were getting outplayed 100%. But we had some good looks. It was kind of hard for us to get some good looks, but we had some good looks. They just weren't falling, and they were really on like kickouts to like Kelly or like Grimes because they were kind of leaving them open a little bit, and they just didn't fall, which
But listen, they're open for a
didn't
reason, right?
they didn't fall along with us getting outworked. It felt like, especially on defense, we felt we were chasing guys around a lot. On offense, it felt like guys were really uncomfortable with what Knicks were throwing at them, and like we couldn't hit the open shots that we had, and that just slowly the lead just got larger and larger. We couldn't hit those threes from the role players that could have, kept us in it a little bit, and then from there it was just over.
Yeah. So I'm anxious to see what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm not expecting the Sixers to win. I do expect them to put up a better effort. But like I said, I have a feeling it's going to snowball into something where the fans are expecting the Boston Game 2 result, and it may not happen. And then Game 3 is going to be a building full of Knicks fans. John Stark's on the baseline. I might drive to Philly. I don't care that he's like 6'5". I'm going to drive to Philly and rip him out of the arena.
Me and Kobe, we rode in the elevator with him at MSG years ago. And I was like,
How was
Kobe,
he?
I didn't say anything to him. I was like, what's John Starks? He's like, oh, okay. And like, I just looked at the back of his head, and I swear I wanted to smack the hell out of it. I wanted to smack the hell out of the back of his head, just smack his neck like we used to do people in high school.
Did you? So you didn't like John Starks on those 90s Knicks?
I didn't like they were one of my most hated teams. I did not
Really?
like them at all. And I'm a big Patrick Ewing fan, but I did not like those Knicks teams. And I'm gonna tell you what did it. In 1989, when we went up,
Yep, I know where you're going.
were we up 2-0?
No, they swept us.
Oh, they swept us. They swept us. And the last game was in Philly.
Yeah.
And Charles Oakley and Mark Jackson got some
Pull up
type
the
of
brooms
broom, some
from
big ass
I
broom.
don't know where they
and
got them from.
I don't
They
know
must
where
have
he got
bought
it from, and started sweeping the Spectrum floor. That was it for me with the Knicks. That
Yeah,
was it.
I can see that. The Knicks hadn't made the playoffs for a while too, so I think they were getting over their heads a little bit. But yeah, I do remember that. But yeah,
Do you guys think that if the Sixers bring the same defensive intensity and effort on the glass that they brought in the Boston series in games 2, 5, 6, and 7, do you think they'll have that same success in this series and win games against the Knicks?
So I thought they did a pretty damn good job on the glass in the first 5 or 6 minutes, right? They weren't flying in from getting offensive rebounds. I thought they all did a very good job on the glass. By the middle of the first quarter, I think their legs just gave out. It's not an excuse, but I think that's what happened. From that point on, it was a wrap.
yeah. The two things that concern me, it's the defense. They played offensively. They played relatively well. They had 51 points at halftime. Again, it's not like blowing the doors off. In the playoffs, that's decent. Like people have been barely getting over 100 for a whole game. So that 51 points. The Knicks had like 70-something points at halftime.
Yeah.
Well,
And we've seen that often during the course of the year where Sixers are playing some random team and they have like 68 points at halftime. It's like,
yeah. But in this series, I'm worried again. And again, me and Noah talked about this. I don't know who Embiid's going to guard.
I would listen, I would try this out. I would bring in Barlow. I'd have Barlow guard Cat, and then I'd have Embiid shade Josh Hart. And if Josh Hart wants to knock down 9 threes, fine. I'll live with it.
Didn't they do a little of that
I
yesterday?
have him shade Josh Hart. Anything that comes in the middle, I have him be crashed down.
I felt like they tried a little of that yesterday. I really didn't stick with it. Embiid wasn't on Cat a ton.
That's what I would do.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
unless
listen.
Embiid just says, hey, listen, all right, listen, I'll play him better. I'll get up on him a little bit more and move my feet the best that I possibly can. Give me some help. If he gets past me, and that's why I would have Barlow over Kelly or Paul George as my power forward, because Barlow's a better help defender, I think, in the paint. So that's what I would do. So, shit, you know what? I might have Bona start. But you see Bona last night? Bona came in. He didn't even play a minute. He picked up a foul.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, too.
He didn't. It was like the whistle blew and there was a foul on Bona immediately.
And Nick Nurse had to take out the game.
Well, after he picked up 5 fouls in 4 minutes, that's what it seemed like anyway.
Bona has, I know we talked about this in previous podcasts. He just, you know why I think Quignon and DeJean are so good? Because they play against Smitty and AJ in practice every day. I'm not saying the coaching has nothing to do with it. It imagine like getting reps against AJ freaking Brown, and then when a game starts, you're playing some guy who's half his size, half his speed. This is like light work to Quignon and Cooper DeJean.
That's fair.
And then who is Bona? Who is he like getting reps against that makes him better? Because he has talent.
That's fair.
I know you say he won't be a Theo, but
right.
I think he has that. That might be his. He can get close to being Theo.
But like, I know what you're saying, that Embiid needs to practice more so Bona could get those reps. And I agree. But Embiid's not going to practice more, right? He's going to practice when he practices, when he needs to practice. It's up to the Sixers to bring somebody in to help Bona along the way.
I don't think he'll reach. I don't disagree with that, Troy. I don't think he's going to reach his potential if he doesn't. Like, you have to play against.
And to me, it seems like he played bad against Boston, at least the first 2 games, right? Third game, I thought he played a lot better, and then we never saw him again. And I think
why do you think that was?
Was the type of player where if he doesn't get those minutes, he's going to regress. And he came in yesterday like he was a newborn baby.
Yeah.
And he didn't know what to do.
Disintroduced to basketball.
Like he forgot, like, oh, I'm not supposed to extend myself when I set these picks. I'm not supposed to extend my hips or my arms when I set this pick on Brunson or whatever. And immediately gets an offensive foul.
Yeah, I don't know. I know you guys don't have the answer to this. I just don't understand what happened. And once again, I'm eating a little crow with this. Like, they were Barlow and Dembona were in the rotation. Even Walker was in the rotation, and Wofford they were in the rotation, like getting like major minutes.
Listen, coaches don't trust. I get they don't trust young players, man. When you're a marginal, would you say, Noah?
I was going to say it's hard to put players that can't shoot on the court in the playoffs.
That's fair, and that's true. That's 100% correct. He can't shoot. He can't do anything on his own. He is literally like a baby out there. You have to feed him. What?
You're right. You're right. I mean, the Knicks have a couple non-shooters. Like Hart is not a. I mean, when he plays us, he's like
Hart's a
Reggie
player.
Miller against us.
Yeah, but he's a player. He knows how to play a
What about
basketball. And
Hart?
this is another thing.
Hart would be the best shooter off of our bench if he is on a six.
How about Alvarado?
Alvarado. Here's the thing about all of these guys that you're talking about, and this is where the big advantage comes in for the Knicks versus the Sixers. Those players have high basketball IQs. I'm not saying that they're geniuses out there, but their IQs, those Villanova guys, their IQs are smarter, are better than, or higher than our role players. The Grimes, the Kelly Oubres, the Bonas, Barlows, whatever. Anybody out there, I think those players have a higher basketball IQ than we do. That's Cat, that's Anunoby. They know what they do well. Hart's not going to go crazy like dribbling 90 times like Grimes would, right? Hart's like, I got the ball. I'll give it to my point guard. I'll fill the lanes. I'll crash the boards. If I get an open three, I'll shoot it. That is his game. He does not veer far from that, ever.
Now, Troy, I ate a little humble pie. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you miss campaign?
I miss campaign. I miss campaign. I have to admit, I miss Ice Age. I want him back right now because yesterday I'm looking at the game and I'm like, the Knicks they're bringing in 5 point guards, right? We don't have one. Maxi's not a point guard.
Maxi's not point guard.
Maxi's not a point guard. Maxi when BJ got that steal in the third quarter and they went on a 2-on-1 fast break and it was a classic 2-on-1. He gave it up to Maxi. And Maxi was supposed to give it right back up to him or throw him a lob. Yeah. And Maxi took it in with some wonky layup.
Yeah.
And the Knicks went back the other way.
Yeah. Even
that is not a point guard.
Yeah.
Why is campaign the name bringing up and not Jared McCain?
I'm just saying.
Because campaign is a guy I didn't want on this team. I didn't like him, but he's asking me, do I miss him? Yes, I miss him. I want him back. Does anyone have his number?
What did you guys think of we talked about this in our chat. What about the Hacker Mitch?
I hated it.
Soft.
No, what do you think?
Was he trying to get Cat back in the game to get his third foul? I don't know.
To get who? No, they were trying to get Mitch out of the game.
He's not Shaq. I don't understand what's the big deal if he's in the game?
Because what's his name? Towns already had 2 fouls. He wasn't going to bring him back in. You get Mitch out of the game. Now you bring the third string center. Now maybe Embiid can go eat. Right.
So I
didn't like it because it's like you're telling everyone that we can't play a regular game and beat these guys. So I got to resort to this shit. Like I hated it when Washington did it to Ben Simmons and when Atlanta did it to Ben Simmons. I understand the strategy, but I hate it as a basketball fan watching this stuff.
In the chat, you said that you thought it was too early, which I thought was actually a good call.
Yeah, like if you're going to do it, I would much rather you do it in middle to late in the second quarter. And then if he's in there at the end of a game in the fourth quarter, yeah, you definitely do it. In a tight game, you definitely do it. To go to that strategy in the first quarter, it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. This is the last. I know when I have a long podcast, this is the last one for me. If Drew was here, he would say something. So tomorrow will be Embiid's 6th game in a row. The last time he did that was December of 2023. Is he a ticking time bomb?
To get hurt again? I don't know if he's a ticking time bomb, but you can't expect him to drop 40 for the next 5 games. He's going to have games where he may get 19 points.
He's not getting 40 chasing around Cat and then Mitchell Robinson on
but I'm just saying, like, a lot of people are probably going to expect, Embiid, if you're playing, 35, 40 minutes, you got to get 35 points. And it's like, no, it's not. It's not going to happen. He's not there. You should have been like we talked about this early in the year in the back-to-backs. You play him 40 minutes for one night, and you play him again the next night for 15 minutes. Let's get his body used to playing more, and he never did.
They never did that.
You said he can't drop 40 on Cat and Mr. Robinson. Why not?
I can't expect him to
I
do
can't
that.
either because he's gonna be chasing around Cat on offense most likely.
Like you said it like you can't do it in a single game.
First of all, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about
Embiid.
my dad. I'm talking about my dad.
I'm sorry I talked about Embiid in a bad way.
No, I just think we're overestimating the type of defender like Cat is and Mr. Robinson.
Well, Mitch is a good defender.
Listen, he can drop 40. I just don't know if he'll be able to do it for the next 5 or 6 games because his legs are going to be tired.
No, for sure.
Be some games
that's
where,
why I've been saying
yeah,
PG needs to take more shots.
PG's like, so you expect a 36-year-old to take up the slack. He
played 30 games this year. It's not like he had a whole season of like.
Again, no, he's 36 years old. Like I know you don't understand because you're not even 25 yet. Like your body's strong.
I mean, he's 36 years old, but like he doesn't look like it.
You are a bit of an ageist.
He gets paid $50 million a year.
I understand that. But Noah, he's got a lot of miles on his body. It's a lot of wear and tear on his body and his lower extremities also, right? He's had some major surgeries on his lower body. Same way I couldn't expect him to come out and score 40, 35 points in game 7, and he didn't. I can't. I hope he can pick up the slack. I really do. I hope I'm dead wrong. I just don't expect it. I would rather see a Maxey pick up the slack, VJ pick up the slack, and why I'm always on Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre, I need more from you. I need more from him. I need him to be a better version of himself.
But
if that means I need him to drop for 20. Give me a 25-point game.
I don't think
from Kelly Oubre. Like I don't want to always rely on the guys who are top guys because that's not going to win it. That's not going to win a championship. That's not going to win a series all the time. Other guys have to step up. I want to see a better game from Oubre. I saw one from Grimes. I need Kelly Oubre to step up.
Yeah, he hasn't had his moment in the playoffs.
You don't think he's okay? You know I'm gonna defend Kelly. Like first of all, you guys are looking at one side of the floor when you talk about Kelly because he's been guarding.
I always look at both sides.
You try to make fun of me.
I'm sorry I said something bad about Embiid.
You try to make fun
please
of me
forgive me
for defending Embiid. But anytime someone says something about Kelly, like you sort of like
no, but you could fine. Then I'll own that. But you guys are looking at one side of the ball.
Duffel bags full of money?
No, it's just I think that you have unrealistic expectations of what he can do. Can he throw a 25-pointer up occasionally? Yeah, and we may need that from him. But he's usually guard. You know what? When I look at Kelly, I look at effort. He always gives you effort. The end result may not be great, but he gives you effort. That's why I like him so much.
Right, but I don't see that effort.
I don't know effort.
When I see Kelly play defense, you know what I see?
No, tell me what you see.
I see him reaching. I see him reaching for steals, and then that person getting around him, and then him making an effort to get back into the play.
Well,
like he does not move his feet to stay in front of whoever he's defending.
I think he's one of the best players in the league of getting charges. He's usually guarding the best wing player. Now you have to you can't hold Jaylen Brown all the time. He's going to get his. He just is.
There are, trust me, I know you don't hear it, but there are plenty of times where if he makes a good play, I'm like, that's a great play, Kelly. Good play, good defense, good block, good whatever.
You know what I hear? I hear when Maxey and Embiid are in bed in the first quarter, I'm like, man, what's going on? And then I get a text from you, Kelly Oubre.
You know
let
what?
the guy go past him.
Because I wish other players would look at the game that's being played and how I would always look at who's on my team and what is it that I need to do to help this team win. Some games would be like, all right, I have to score 25 points. Okay, I'll score 25 points. Some games I want to take a shot. If that's what it takes, then I won't take a shot. I'll just pass the ball out and play defense. I just wish Kelly would just take a look, like Embiid doesn't have it tonight. Maxey doesn't have it tonight. I need to step up. I need to step up.
I don't think he's that type of player anymore.
But I guess that's my whole point.
mean,
We need him to be that type of player. We need him to be that type of player.
He's just been off though. Like he's just been missing his open shots. I don't think there's anything else more that he can do than make his open shots and make that one straight line drive to the basket and finish up above smaller defenders.
Listen, I know you guys. I know Chuck. You don't watch a lot of college basketball, but when he was coming out of high school, he was one of the top ranked players in the nation, and he went to Kansas, and he's the exact same player today that he was in Kansas. The exact same player. There were games where he could go off, and then there were games where you didn't even know he was on the floor.
Which is fine. Then why are we asking him to do? If he's been doing it since college or high school, why is expectations changing for him? Like this is who he is.
You know what? You're right. But I guess I expect more from everybody that puts on a Sixer uniform.
Yeah, I can see that. I expect even to Noah's point, I expect the highest paid players. Kelly's making $8 million a year. I expect the guys who are making $60 million a year to carry us to victory.
He shouldn't be making that, right? So
no, he's making it.
I don't get into contracts. I never got into Tobias Harris's contract. I didn't care. No, seriously, I did not care what you make. Just play. But when you score 0 points in an elimination game, then your contract is going to have to come into play at some point in time. But up until that point, I didn't care about what he made. I just wanted him to produce when we needed him to produce, and he could just never do it. But this is neither.
Yeah, I don't want to get off on a tangent.
Yeah,
I think my overall thoughts is about this series. The Knicks are super talented. I think Nick Nurse is going to have to go deeper in that bench to, one, give Embiid some rest, but also see if they can find a spark somewhere because this Knick team is talented and deep. He could pull something on his butt to win a series.
So before you go, one question: Did you guys? So you guys didn't watch the end of the game? You didn't watch when Walker was in?
That's when I went to. I saw a little bit, but that's when I went to bed.
Yeah, Barlow looked like he was playing like I should be on this floor. Like he's playing a little pissed off to me. Like he was taking the ball off the dribble, getting in the lane, and ones. Like I don't know, man. I'd give him a shot.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's out the rotation.
I'd give him a shot. To me, he should have started. He can't shoot, right? But he does rebound.
And he defends. Well, his rebound has taken a dip, but he does. He does.
I would just give him the shot. I'm not saying he's going to come in and grab 15 rebounds, but I'll give him a shot to do it.
You can say he rebounds, but him coming in the game doesn't stop the issue of every offensive rebound going to the other team. So I don't think it really benefits.
So you would keep the start lineup the same?
I don't know.
It would take.
I just need Kelly Oubre to hit some open shots.
Yeah, for me, it would take them losing game 2 to change. For me, it would take them losing game 2, similar to how they lost game 1.
Why are you shaking your head?
The starting lineup.
So Kobe,
Kelly Oubre wasn't a reason they lost that game yesterday.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying Kelly Oubre if he could still start if he just hits his open threes. That's what I'm saying.
What would happen?
Kobe,
let's say he hit his open threes. They would have lost by 20 instead of 40.
I'm not saying we would have won that. I'm saying I would keep Kelly in the starting lineup over Barlow if he just hits his open threes. That's what I'm saying.
So, son, you're saying that you would keep the same starting lineup unless they lose game 2, and then you would switch it up.
Yeah, I wouldn't change it. It's too early now.
Yeah, you know what? You know who else said things were too early? Charles Andrew Butler talking about Rob Thompson. Firing him would be too early. It's never too early.
I thought that was
early.
Hold on.
It can
firing
too late.
Firing a manager. How many games? 28 games into the season. This 162 game season. That's too early.
Hey, Noah, how are the Phillies doing?
No. Troy, they're paying the soft portion of their schedule.
I don't care. How are they doing?
Fine.
Listen, here's the thing. They're playing a soft portion of the schedule.
How do we talk about
I guarantee you, they would have lost 7 out of 10 games at the same schedule.
I can't argue the results. I'm happy. I hope it all works out, but I thought it was a panic move. He hasn't changed the lineup. It's the same lineup.
I thought it was a very, very smart move. Listen, it's just a different voice. It's a different.
He has the same demeanor as Rob Thompson. He was
but he's
already on
saying
the
different
bench.
things. He's saying different things.
True, I think you're giving that
He
man
doesn't
too
have
much
the same
credit.
message. He's got a different message for his team.
Listen, I hope it continues to work, but I think you're giving that man too much credit. Next year, Alex Core will be our manager.
That's fine. It's fine. I don't care. Like it's just the fact that Rob Thompson was no longer helping this squad. So you have to make a change. The squad was struggling. He was of no help. Make the change. And they made the change. And now they're doing well. Is it going to last? I have no idea, but they needed to make the change. I thought it was a perfect time. I'm happy.
28 games. Fine,
Did
whatever.
you guys hear that McNair's brothers died?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Who died?
Nick
His
Nurse's brother. He'll be
When?
back for game 2, but he's at the funeral. I think the
Passed
funeral's today.
for game 6. Yeah, the
When
funerals.
he died before game 6?
Yeah.
And then
Shout out
raise
Nick
our
Nurse.
condolences to the Nurse family.
Yeah, shout out to the Nurse family. So
Well, we'll see if the Sixers can bounce back tomorrow night. I think they will. I think they'll win. What about you? What are your predictions?
I think they're going to lose, but I think it's going to be a closer game. Hopefully, to be able to figure some things out and have a better showing tomorrow. No, I don't like your body language. So that's
I think my prediction is similar to Chuck's. I think they play better, but I think they're going to lose. A close one.
What about
Keep
you?
it close, and then
who the Sixers? Why?
Because I believe in my team.
Because Kelly's going to hit more threes.
Hopefully Kelly will be get open 3-pointer tomorrow. Yeah.
Who would you rather have? Game on the line. You need a 3-pointer from the corner.
Andre Drummond.
Jared McCain or Andre Drummond?
I'll take Andre Drummond over.
Shooting a wide open three.
I might take him too, actually.
A corner three, yeah.
Corner three, I might take Andre Drummond too over Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly can't hit it from the corner.
And he struggles with
when
that.
He shoots
too.
it from the corner, he'll either airball or hit the.
All right, we're going back into killing Kelly again.
No, but you know what? To me, that's not all on Kelly, right? If he's struggling to shoot corner threes, why is he always there?
Well, he's got stretch. He got to space the floor.
Okay, but put Paul George there. Paul George is like knockdown corner threes. Have him there.
Kelly doesn't always miss them. Where was his energy in the Celtics series? He played well. No one played well yesterday.
But if you're a shooter in the NBA, a corner three should be a layup. So there's really
should be. And he's not a shooter. He's a scorer, which to me is
shooter,
like if I'm Kelly Oubre and I'm struggling from three, knowing that I have a quick first step and I'm athletic and I can get to the rack, I'm trying to punch it on everybody. Like
he does.
I'm talking about all the time. I'm pump faking the three. Guy flies by. I'm going to punch it on everyone. I'm not shooting that three.
Are we talking about, Kelly?
Yeah. So I'm not shooting that three. They're trying to turn me into a 3-point shooter. That's not my game. My game is I'm a slasher. I'm slashing to the rack every time.
One person.
I would much rather do you guys remember the grind? There was a play with Grimes where he had a wide open lane. He caught the ball on the wing. He had a wide open lane. It was like an easy dunk. And he took a step back three. He stepped back and took a three.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
And it was just like, what are you guys doing? Like, what do you think about?
Well,
you see a wide open lane, you don't want to go dunk it. You want to take
makes me do that.
Analytics. Like, that's stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
So you'd rather not score and take a three instead of just getting an easy layup, a bucket. That's silly. I'd forego 2 points to miss a three. That's what a lot of teams do. I'm not just saying this on Grimes. You see it all the time. I don't understand. It's a 3-on-2 fast break, and neither wing goes to the basket. They all go to the corner. Drives me freaking nuts.
Yeah, we never saw that when we were Kobe. We didn't get your prediction on the game, tomorrow's game.
I think the Sixers will win.
Yeah,
I think the Sixers will win. I think that they're just gonna come with more energy and they're gonna make adjustments. I think that the Knicks did a really good job of trapping Maxey off of picks. They threw whoever the hedge defender was right there, and I think the Sixers are going to adjust off of that. I think Max is going to get the ball out of his hand a lot faster.
Have you guys ever seen, Cope, that's a great point. Have you ever seen a team pick up Maxey that early? Like right when he crossed half court, they were in his face.
Yeah, Boston a couple years ago did that to him. I do remember Boston.
That need to adjust off of that. That was sickening. Before we go, Troy, you want to tell us about the Spurs? Did you stay up for that game last night?
I did stay up for that because I wanted to watch some real basketball. Dude, let me tell you something. I don't know what's going on in Minnesota. Minnesota has some dogs on their squad. I thought the Spurs had some dogs. Minnesota, everybody that comes into the game, they are ready They're ready to rock and roll, bro.
You know that coach worked under Nick Nurse, right?
Was Chris Finch, right?
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
Nick
He
Nurse's assistant.
he's done a fantastic job with them, with those guys. But I still think the Spurs will win. Wemby didn't look good offensively, but
Was it
defensively,
Rudy? Did Rudy play him well? I didn't see any of the game.
no, he he
He
missed
shot 0 for 80
threes.
from 3.
Yeah, like he's just missing threes. And like some of the threes that he was taking was just like trying to get the crowd into a type of threes. Like it wasn't, to me, they weren't smart shots.
He's
Hopefully
down
we
0-1,
see
just like the Sixers.
Yeah. But I mean, they only lost by 2. They still could have won it.
That's one loss. That
Wait.
still equals one loss.
Correct. You're right. 100% right.
All right, fellas, we'll wrap it up here. Hopefully we see some smarter shots, some more decisiveness from the Sixers tomorrow night, and they get game 2, get the split going back to Philly. Make sure you guys follow us on social media, like, subscribe. Stay tuned for a game 2 recap, and go Sixers. It's only one game. It's only one game. Plenty of time to bounce back. They got to do it soon.
Goodbye, fellas.